Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about something that is taken for granted by most people in America that we don't realize how important it could be. Um, Something that we probably don't realize is that public transportation is used 35 million times a day throughout the week. It takes you to and from work, it takes you to and from school, from dentist appointments, doctor's appointments, to the grocery store, to even just hang out with friends. Um, it's very, it's something that you can depend on. It's something that's reliable. It's not something that's just gonna call out or bail on you. It's gonna be there. It's gonna have its set schedules to help you set your schedule. It's kind of just something that's gonna be stable in your life as far as transportation goes if you can't rely on your own. And that's something that people need. Not everybody has their own car. Not everybody has their sister to rely on, their mom to rely on, their coworker, or not everybody has taxi money. And I mean, Metro it's $1.25. It's not really hardly anything to scrape up. So it can be a very valuable asset to somebody's life. I mean, just imagine if we didn't have the Metro, how would people get back and forth to where they go? I mean, they'd have to walk, and nobody wants to walk, especially with this Houston weather. Um, 1 minute it's raining, the next minute it's sunny, the next minute we're under flash flood warnings, and then it's 90 degrees, and I know today I was even a little chilly outside. It was like 66, and it's crazy. But my point is, nobody wants to walk. So I mean, that's something else that the Metro is nice for, and it carries anybody. It's not just people who can sit at the stop, but I mean, it takes care of everybody of every race, of whether you're handicapped or whether you're homeless or whether you just have stuff going for yourself. There's no biasness and or biased judgment in the Metro. It's just a very important factor. It helps the economy itself just because it gathers up a group of people, so that's not as many cars on the road, which isn't as much smoke in the air. It helps the government, or I don't want to say the government, but it does help collect money, in turn helping people. So I guess it's kind of like a mutualistic relationship where both ends will benefit, the company itself and the people, which is kind of what we strive for today. Um, it it's taken for granted by people because I mean, I guess the people who don't ride the bus, or maybe just people who don't even really put much thought into it, just look at a bus stop and think, oh, it's a bus stop. It's not any value in our heads. We don't look at that and be like, that's my way of getting there. We don't look at that like, if this metro wasn't here, how would I get to school, or how would I get to my job? I mean, you go to your job every day, you build relations, you can build a career, you go to school every day, you're building a degree. I mean, that's something, these are things that are going to last you a lifetime, and we don't even realize that the metro helps us extend ourselves that far. Um, so it is something that's definitely taken for granted in America. People don't realize something that they can rely on every day is something that can be precious, or something as important as it is, because nobody ever thinks, oh, what if we don't have Metro one day? We just know it's always going to be around. So, and just to kind of end this off, if it weren't important, then 35 million people wouldn't be riding the Metro bus each day. I mean, we see people at bus stops all the time and we don't blink an eye. But it's just something that maybe we should, I guess, pay a little closer attention to. And I guess just be more grateful, really. Um, do anybody have any questions? No? Okay, so this is my audience.